Gary, a bit of a dramatic end?
No, it was. If I'm being honest, I actually did think the ball had struck London's hand for their penalty. I was more upset about the free kick that he gave on Michael Doyle. You know, we're into injury time and he gives a foul that's never a foul, and it leads to the penalty, and you think a refereeing decision's cost us, and then at the end, listen, I'm a long way away. I don't know if it was a penalty, I don't know if he was just evening things up, I'm not sure, but we'll take it. And great that Stephen had the composure, but it's a point that we deserved, you know. I thought it took us about 30 minutes to get going tonight. I don't know if that was on the back of putting so much into Dundee United at the weekend, or the players, because they're human, maybe realising how big a game it was. I thought Falkirk started the better team for about 30-35. I thought we finished the first half the better team, and then we just went a wee bit more direct at the start of the second half, Big Ian up top, and I thought we controlled the game in the second half without creating loads of chances, but I felt a lot more comfortable on the sideline than I was in the first half. However, as I say, when you lose a penalty in the 92nd minute, but I have to be honest, I thought their celebrations were a wee bit over the top, so for the people on their bench, not so much Ray, but there's a couple of people on the bench a wee bit over the top with their celebrations, so sometimes that's a wee bit of karma, you shouldn't celebrate too early.
You say the second half was a much better performance than the first.
You know, and obviously you can't say tiredness, because we finished the game. The second half we were on top, we were fit. So I think, you know what, I think it was just maybe tentative. See, on Saturday, Dundee United, maybe because it was a shot to nothing, nobody expected to get us anything. The players in their mind are thinking, right, the ball's went forward, I'm got to make a forward run, I'm got to go, I'm got to take that risk. Whereas tonight, I think they were thinking too much about how big the game was, and instead of maybe going forward to try and support Stephen, and that was maybe, oh, I'll just stay here, just little decisions like that. And it wasn't until we actually got into them at half time and says, be positive, go forward. If there's a choice, try and go. And it worked. You know, the goalies had a great save for Ian Wilson. And I said to Laurie when that free kick got given, I said, I've got a bad feeling here. I've seen it so many times and they scored, but what I never say die at, because I'm telling you now, every other team in the league would have got beat tonight when that penalty went in, but we didn't. We dusted ourselves down, great spirit, and it just continues this little sort of mini run that we're on, and it takes us into a big game on Saturday.
And if you had lost tonight, it would have been not a disaster.
No, but in terms of the league, Falkirk would have went above us, and I get all of that. So it was important that we got something of the game, one for the league table, but two for the belief in the players to keep on going, because it would have been difficult to try and lift them after putting in so much effort in the second half, especially to have got beat there. So yeah, of course that last minute penalties, we've got a completely different changing room, but there's a real togetherness there. You know, as I said to you, I don't know if any other team in the league would have been able to have bounced back for losing a penalty in the 93rd minute and went up the pitch and got something, so delighted with them.
And it would have been unjust had you not taken any.
Another one, another one of these games that's happened recently, and but that's how it is. So we have to recover now. You know, we have to recover. It's good that Morton's had a midweek game as well, so they've not really got any extra days recovery or anything like that. But you know, people like Josh and Ian McGrath, we need to think about that. You know, because of 2 games in such a short space of time after being out for so long. And Ian's doing great. You know, to come from American. It's not American football, for football in America, to getting thrown into the deep end, and he's done great. And young Jack as well, you know, I thought he had another really good game. He nearly saved the penalty, pulled one off the line. And I'm just thinking back there, Dose hits an unbelievable shot that hits the bar and comes out, and then they get the penalty, and it would be easily for our players to feel sorry for themselves and say, oh, here we go again, but they never, so well done to them.
As you say, in the back of a hard game at Dundee United, 4 points from 6.
4 for 6, and I've now said to the players, we now have to set ourselves up to go for 3 points on Saturday, and if we can get the 3, and it's a big if. You know, we've done well against Morton in performances this season, but in terms of results, Morton have had by far the upper hand, so we need to put that right. But if we can get the 3 points against them, this past week could maybe arguably be one of the biggest weeks we've had this season. So that's our target. You know, we're not thinking about Ayr, we're not thinking about Alloa. We've got a job to do against Morton. We know if we beat them, we go above them. So there's no bigger incentive for the players than to try and beat Morton and get ourselves up to 6th in the table.
Morton got a point.
Yeah, great, good point, because again, a lot of people looking at that game would have thought Ayr would have probably been favourites. So they're a good team. Got Jonathan, obviously, his first senior job, but they've got a lot of experience in the backroom. Hoostie's, you know, great help for him, and I've got some good players. And as I say, they've beat us twice and we've drew once, you know. But 2 of the 3 performances we've been very good, very good. You know, they done us in the 86th minute down there, and then they done us here in the 90th minute. So we need to be aware that they're going to go right to the end. The goals that they've scored against us shows you that, but I think tonight it's just about the players recovering tomorrow, Thursday, and we get them tuned in on Friday, which it's a big. They're all big now, but in terms of it's in your hands to get above the team in front of you. That it becomes that little bit extra special.
And it is, you said there yourself that you've lost 2 games to Morton late on, so you'll have that.
No, you're aware, yeah, and the players will have that as well. They won't need me to remind them, but it just shows you that Morton go right to the end. They've got a good fitness levels, they've got good concentration levels, so we'll need to be at our best. But to be at our best, the players need to recover now. It's as simple as that, and we need to see, do we freshen it up? Do we go with the same lads again? Because it all goes through your mind, because the lads have went 2 games undefeated, and you're thinking, well, it's unfair, and then you have to think above that, is it maybe better for a bit of freshness? So that's what me and Laurie's got to think about Wednesday, Thursday, and we need to make sure that we start how it took us to about 35 minutes to start tonight.